What's going on, everybody? David here from Bluckers Videos and Toys, and today we got a physical media haul to show you, and this is all CDs. This came from a sale that I was able to purchase these from, and it wasn't anything special or anything. It was just like buy two get one free sale, and sometimes they had those uh, every so often. It wasn't for anything for like a holiday sale of any kind. It was just sometimes they need to get rid of things for new inventory, so they was able to do that. They do that periodically, you know. But I was able to get all this stuff. I didn't get all this at one time. I wouldn't. I can't do all that. I was able to kind of little by little get these a little at a time because they're able to set certain things aside for you for a period of time, and so I was able to work with them, and because I'm a regular there, so I was able to work with them to let me save these for a later date and be able to pick these up, when I can. But this all comes from one collection that somebody sold there, and I know why this collection was sold, so I'm not going to get into it. That's kind of a personal thing that the person uh, told me what had happened. So I will just leave it at that. But I'm very happy to be able to get these. So these are very special to me because I had some of these. So once we go through them, excuse me, I'll let you know if I had them before or not, because I'm trying to. If you've been watching my videos, been following me on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and stuff, I've been trying to rebuild my rap collection, my hip hop CD collection, because I had like over 300 of them at one point in time, some 20 plus years ago, and then bad decisions I've made, and I had to get rid of it for supporting bad habits and stuff like that. So, but that's life. But anyways, so now over time, over the years, I've been kind of slowly but surely just kind of putting the pieces back together. And it's going to take a while before I get a full collection again, which I already have a nice collection, but I would like to kind of get back what I've had originally. So, like I said, it's going to take some time. There are some CDs that I hadn't been able to find that I might have to go on the secondary market to look for, because there's even some stuff that I don't even remember what the name is. I have images and I could in my head that I can picture, but I couldn't tell you the name of the group or artist or whomever. But if I see it, I'll know it. But as far as the names, some of it's just a blur. But anyways, enough chit chat. So let's get right into it. So the first one comes from Big Boy Records, and this is Mystical's self-titled debut album. Now he re-released this under the Jive label called Let's Get Ready. So this is basically the original CD that he did that was produced on Big Boy Records, and then he later re-released it a few years later on Jive under the Jive record label and stuff. So, but I'm happy to have this one. I did have the re-release one, but I never had the original CD. So now I do. So very happy to have this. All right, next up, if y'all know that popular song, I Got Five on it. This is the group or the duo that did that song. So this song is on this album. So very happy to have this. A huge fan of Oakland. The Raiders used to play there, now known as Las Vegas Raiders. So, but them coming from that era, the Bay Area, is pretty cool. And next up, this album I didn't have, but I had the second one that he did. So I'm going to be on the lookout for that one. So this is Method Man from Def Jam Records, and Tycho. I think this is what it's called. I don't remember. don't remember I think that's how you pronounce it, Tykel, or I wouldn't say or Tycal, I guess. But but no, I haven't. This is my first time owning this. This will be a first time own for me. Like I said, I did have the other one that came out in '98 or '99, I think. Tycal 2000. So that's one that I originally had. So I'm going to look for that one. So very happy to have this one. So these two I never owned along with this one. So some of these I never had before. So now these are the first time gets for me. This one I've never had before either, but I know who he is. Big Mike, hard to hit. So very happy to have this one. I do remember here listening to this before. I don't think I'm pretty sure I didn't have this one, but this does look familiar. So this is from Rap-A-Lot Records. Now this one I did have before. So this is the West Side Connection, Bow Down. Very, very happy to finally get this back into the collection. I have the greatest hits, and I think I have their second album, I think, that they did. I can't remember. I have to go back and look. But I do know that I did have that before. So very happy to have that. Let's go ahead and turn this around. Now, the rest of these, except for maybe a few of them, I pretty much didn't have, or did have, excuse me. Now, if you know me, you know one of my favorite record labels and CDs that I have in my collection that I own is No Limit Records. So the rest of this stuff is from No Limit Records. So I'm very happy to add these and re-add some of these to the collection. And I'm pretty much want to try to, if I can, go for the full collection, especially years 98 and 99. That was the peak of No Limit Records when they came out. 97, that's when they started to get that buzz and stuff. But the peak years was 98 and 99, especially 98, So, anyways, the first up is Mystical's Unpredictable. Love this album, so now I'm looking for Ghetto Fabulous. So I used to have this one and Ghetto Fabulous. I had to replace the case on this one because it was all really bad shape. So I had to replace it. So, and along with these, I think the Mystical one was also in bad shape, and I had to replace the Lunas. I had to replace that one, especially because it was broken off the hinges and everything. So luckily I had some extras laying around, so I was able to do that. Now this one is Master P's. Only God Could Judge Me. Now, I don't remember this album all that much. The ones that I do remember that I can tell you about is Ghetto Dope and The Last Dawn. But this one, I don't remember a whole lot about. I know I had this before, but there are some songs in here that I saw that I don't ever remember it being on here. So I'm going to have to give this a listen to it again. But I do remember there's other stuff that came after this, like Ghetto Postage and something else. I don't know. Those are not good albums at all. Now this one is the first time for me. This came out in '97 or '96 actually, and this is Skullduggery. Now I had his sophomore album, the Fourth Ward, I think that's what it was called. I think that's what it was called. No, it was the We Are the Streets or something like that. I think the Third Ward. I think that was like his one of the after, because I think he did 2 albums from No Limit, then he left. So this will be a first in the collection. So very happy to have this. I've never listened to that album yet, so that will be a first time listen to as well. Up next, I did have this album, so very, very happy to have this in the collection, and I think this guy is a sleeper. But may he rest in peace, because he passed away a few years ago, and him and his wife got into a real bad car accident and killed them both. So this is Mr. Magic, The Sky's the Limit. So I did have this one. I do want to find another case because all this, the teeth, is where you put the CD at. Yeah, these Wicked Streets. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, I used to have this one too. I don't have these two. Never did have any of these. I am looking for those. But yes, I did have this one. So I do want to find that one again too. But anyways, but yeah, I wouldn't mind trying to find a case, another case like a case like this. I don't really want to put it in a different case because I like the coloration of it because it just fits perfectly. So if somebody out there is selling a case of this coloration, you know, I would like to get it. But yeah, so I can replace the teeth part and stuff. But you probably might ask me, well, why don't you just take one from your existing cases? Yeah, well, I would, but I do want to have this coloration. You know, that's just me. I'm just picky like that. I'm sorry. But yes, very happy to have this back into the collection. I do want his other album called Thuggin'. So I'm on the lookout for that one because I've never had that one in the collection. Now the rest of these, except for the last one, these are all first timers in the collection. So what those might be, you ask? Well, I got Silk the Shocker, Made Man. I remember listening to this before, but I never owned it in the collection. So got that, and then got another Silk the Shocker, Charge It to the Game. So this is the first time in the collection. I've listened to it before, but never owned it. And another one that's a first time in the collection ever. I've listened to, but I've never owned it before either. So this is See Murder, Life or Death. So that's a banger album. So now I'm also looking for his other album, Bossaline. And last but not least is probably like my favorite album of Masterpiece, aside from The Last Dawn, is Ghetto Dope or Ghetto D. So, and also I am also, this is the second I've had this. I've had this in the collection before too. So I'm very happy to have this back in the collection as well. So another album that I'm looking for, pretty much all his stuff they did. I pretty much had 99 Ways to Die. I'm looking for that again. I had that one. Ice Cream Man. I had that one, so I'm looking for that one as well. And there's another one that I think it's called Mama's Bad Boy. I think that was the name of the album. I had that one as well, so I'm looking for that. So, I think those are going to be a little bit more pricier, you know, but they're worth it though. They're worth the listen for me. That is. But yeah, so this is quite a haul over in due time, you know, when it comes to this collection. So I wanted to get enough to where I can make a video and share all this stuff with you also instead of making little bitty videos. But yeah, this is well worth it. I'm glad to have these in the collection, to my ever-growing CD collection. So very proud to have these in the collection. So let me know in the comments below what y'all think of these. And don't forget, where's the wisdom? Buy what you love and not what you like, because if you buy what you like, you will always end up getting rid of it. And I will catch y'all later.